Hi, welcome to Love and the Soulfully Sensitive Woman. I'm Carol Allen, and I'm here today with some of my favorite soulfully sensitive women. And we're going to have a very meaningful and I hope fun time together. So we're going to talk about, first of all, why you're so wonderful. Because ladies, you guys are my favorite. I'm just saying. And also why sometimes being extra sensitive can make dating and relating hard, and how you can overcome that and honor who you are and what you need and show up as your best self and inspire and bring out the best in others, especially men. Now, speaking of men can be sensitive too, and we're really hard on those guys, right, ladies, in this culture. It's just as common to be sensitive and extra sensitive as a man or a woman. And I don't mean to leave out anyone, women who love women or women who love men and women or men. Hi, guys. I want everyone to have love. And like I said, men can be sensitive too. It's just in my work and in my experience, I have mostly worked with women seeking men. So we are going to focus on male-female dynamics because we're different. We're very different, and the ways with which we are different account for about 99.9% of our challenges. And when you add sensitivity to the mix, it really gets interesting, right? So I'm very, very excited, and I'm very happy you guys are here. So let's dive in, shall we? So let's talk about really, what does it mean, first of all? Let's define this. Now, I call the trait of high sensitivity, which is what scientists call it. Dr. Elaine Aron and her husband Art are therapists, and they actually really coined the term and spearheaded a lot of the research. Carl Jung was the first person to formally write about this and talk about this, the inborn temperament of sensitivity. And I love inborn, by the way, as an astrologer. This can be seen astrologically in your chart if this is you. And according to the big brains in science, it is in your genetics. It's in your alleles. They can tell. It's in your many, many sympathetic and parasympathetic responses in your nervous system. How much cortisol you have in your saliva when there's stress versus someone who isn't as sensitive. There are so many markers that are physical that are not your fault and not your choice. So if this is you, and if everyone in your life has said to you, good God, really? You're going to respond like that? You're going to feel like that? We're still talking about that? Really? If that's the kind of feedback you get from the world, and if that's how you feel dealing with the world, it's because the research says this is only 15 to 20% of the population. So it's rare and special. And you have probably been made to feel like something's wrong. Like you shouldn't feel the way you feel. Like you shouldn't be the way you are. And that is just a shame because, first of all, as I just said, it is who you are. It's as much a part of you as hair color and eye color. And it's not your choice. So you can't like snap out of it, get over it, shake it off, right? You can't meditate it away. You can't therapy it away. You can't talk it out. You can't wish it away. So if you do any of that compare and despair stuff, where maybe you had a sister that's more Teflon girl, maybe you have a lot of friends that are more unfazed by life and more comfortable in social situations, more comfortable flirting, more comfortable dating. We all know those annoying people. We all know those. Yeah, if you've been made to feel like you are flawed or broken, I'm here to tell you this is not a personality disorder. This is a personality type. And it comes with tremendous gifts and strengths. And with any personality typing or anything having to do with temperament, there's a spectrum we're all on, right? And so there's the physical spectrum and then there's the emotional when it comes to sensitivity. So the physical sensitivity is you notice smells more You're more affected by noise. You see light more brightly. You can perceive what's going on around you. You're much more affected by environment. You're much more affected by spatial distance between things. You feel fabrics more than other people might. So you care more that the music is at the right volume, that the lights are creating the right ambiance, that the vent isn't right overhead, right? So you're almost like a dog looking for its perfect poop spot. Hate to make a terrible analogy because you're not dogs, obviously, but you're looking for your power spot, right? And you're looking to feel comfortable in your place in the world, in your place in the room, in your place on the couch, right? And so you're extremely, extremely aware of this. I call it the Princess and the Pea meets Goldilocks, right? So that's the physical stuff. And some of you might be like, I don't have that so much. Now, by the way, those of us that are a little older, life stage obviously affects this. As we get older, sometimes our senses get more overwhelmed than they were when we were younger, when we were more resilient or we had more serotonin, right? So with perimenopause, sometimes women who were never very sensitive are suddenly extremely sensitive. This happened to me. All my favorite people are highly sensitive, including my mother, my sister, my husband, most of my dearest girlfriends. And I've always been like, man, that must be a bummer to be like that. I don't care where I sit. I don't care how loud the music is. I don't care. I hardly notice temperature. I don't care if the table next to us is talking loudly. What? They're loud? Like, I was always that girl. And then perimenopause and menopause hit. And I was like, it's too bright. Could you talk a little more quietly? Like, and suddenly I was like, oh, I'm one of them. Right? Because for years, my friends, I would watch my watch. How long until we have to switch tables, right? And how many tables do we have to switch? Right? And how long until my husband comes up to me and says, I have to go because the rumble. Rumble? What the hell was he talking about, right? Well, now I knew. So any of you out there that think you don't have the physical stuff, just you wait.